Okay, this story here will be a little bit longer, but brag a little bit. When I was 16 years old, I was one of the best shots around in Union County. I'll back up a little bit. When my granddad Bruce Bevan was active in the gun club, I was 12, 14, 13 years old. I was a trap boy. I put the clay pigeons on the trap, and the guys shot trap, shooting the clay pigeons. And in between matches, I'd set the trap for one straight away, and I'd cut out, and my granddaddy Bruce Bevan would give me a shotgun and load it, and we'd throw that one pigeon out straight away, easy shot, and that's when I learned to shoot trap. I was about 13. By the time I was 16, I was beating everybody in Morganville. I was good. But come Memorial Day, my dad always bought tickets a year in advance for the Indianapolis 500. He had me a ticket, and I said, Dad, I'm not going to go. Somebody had sent a flyer to our gun club, and they were having a Memorial Day event in Calhoun, Kentucky. Didn't even know where it was, but they were going to have a country ham shoot and a three-legged race and pie suppers and a whole big deal for Memorial Day. So I got my little brand new 53 Dodge Diplomat, two-door hardtop with a Continental kit on it, my shotgun, and I went to Calhoun, Kentucky. Well, I got there, it was different than anything I'd ever done. I'd always shot at clubs where you had 5 posts, and you shot off each one of those 5 posts. Well, this one, they only had 3 posts. And it was a great background, though. Through the pigeons, it was on the high bank of the Green River. And they throw the pigeons out over Green River. If you didn't hit it, why, they dropped into the river. And you shot once at each 3 posts. If you hit all 3, well, you won the match. If more than one of you hit all 3, then you had to shoot the match off. And that's where it got tricky. I entered, and I hit all 3 of them, and 1 or 2 other guys did too. So the tie-off, you stood at the middle post, and when you called for your pigeon, they threw one sharp right and one sharp left at the same time. Man, I had never shot doubles before, but I was quick, and it was one of those, sometimes an athlete in basketball or whatever sport, you just can't miss. And that's what I was having, one of those days. I couldn't miss anything I throw it up, I hit it. So the first tie-off, I caught the first bird to the right and then pulled back, and by then that left bird was beginning to drop a little bit down towards the river. And I dropped down about a foot and a half below the pigeon and shoot, and it would just powder that darn target every time. So I won that match, and then when I went to shoot the second match, they said, no, you got to back up. And they had 3 sets of poles. 3, then 15, 20 feet back further, there was 3 more, and 15 or 20 feet back more, there was another third row of posts. So once you had won a match, you had to step back and shoot 20 foot away, further away than the rest of the people. And that was okay, because I was in a zone. I couldn't miss. And so after 2 matches, I was already on the back row, the third row. In fact, when I was shooting, the people that were shooting in the first and second rows, they had to get out of the way because they was in the line of my fire. Well, but then the match kind of slowed down. Every time I'd put my name on the match to shoot the next time, they couldn't get enough people to sign up and shoot. And I was beginning to bust the buttons off my chest because I didn't know anybody there. They didn't know me, but I could hear people talking in the crowd. They had the crowd roped off of the yellow rope, and the crowd was beginning to grow, and I'd hear people saying, "That kid out there, he ain't missed a shot," and somebody else saw how good he was, and I was really eating that up. So about that time, the guy come, he said, "Buddy," he said, "I can't get people to shoot me. We need to handicap you more." And I said, "Buddy, I'm sitting on the furthest set of posts you got." "I know," but he said, "We need to handicap you a little bit more." Well, about that time, somebody said, "Whose Dodge over here is that?" I said, "It's mine." So you got a flat tire. And somebody had went over and let the air out of my tire. So I put my gun down, went over and got the trunk up and put my spare tire on. But while I did that, boy, the match really opened up. Everybody was bang, bang, bang. Everybody was signed up, shooting and everything, you know. When I got that spare tire back on the car, I went back over and put my name on the next match. Well, I'd slowed down again. The guy said, "Son," he said, I can't keep this shoot going if I can't handicap you more." And I said, "Buddy, I'm sitting on the furthest set of posts you got. How are you going to handicap me any further?" He said, "Well," I said something about, "if you back me up any further, I'll be standing in the crowd." He said, "We're going to take care of that." And they moved the yellow rope back, and they said, "Now this is number one post," and that was beside a Coca-Cola concession or something. "And this is number two post." I think they were selling hot dogs out of that spot. And number three was a big old oak tree or something. And so I was feeling so cocky. I said, "That's all right, I'll do it." I was back out there so far I couldn't hardly see the range. But anyway, I shot back there 2 or 3 times. I think I won once back there at least. And I was back there 100 miles from the thing. So I finally, the shoot just stopped. Even back there, there wasn't nobody to shoot against me. And the guy said, "Mister," he said, "everybody's wanting me to handicap you further." And I said, "Mister, I'm standing out in the crowd now. What do you mean?" And I said, I knew that was the end of it. But I said, "What do you want to do now?" Well, he said, "We'd like you to stand behind this oak tree, call for your pigeon, and step out and then shoot." I said, "I think I'll take my hams and go home." Long story short, I shot 16 times and had 12 country hams. I put the 12 country hams in my car, and the old men, 2 or 3 of them lined up and shook my hands. I left, and they was already shooting and banging before I pulled out of the park. The match started up going pretty good as soon as I left. On the way back, I come through Providence, and they were having a Memorial Day shoot, and they were shooting for $10 sack of groceries. And I can tell you, in 1952, a $10 sack of groceries was a big sack of groceries. So I stopped there, and I think I had, when I left, I think I had won 4 sacks of groceries. I got home, I had 12 country hams and 4 sacks of groceries. I had the old car filled up. So I had a pretty good day. That was when I was about 16 years old.